Okay, here's a People magazine interview right around Father's Day, Ken's first Father's Day. Aurora should have been 6 months old. According to Ken, she's just now opening her eyes all the way, and she just now is developing a social smile at 6 months old. Well, there must be something terribly wrong with their fake baby Aurora, because my kids were all laughing crazily and trying to babble, and they were crawling and sitting up and all types of shit. And also, their eyes were certainly all the way open on the day of life. I don't know what these two clowns are trying to magazine, just sat there and ate the bullshit. Well, the devil is in the details. We've all heard that, right? Okay. Well, I'm about to move on from GYPSY Rose Blanchard since she's hiding from the public now. And I'm going to move on to that evil bitch, Wendy Adelson, since the trial of her mother is now happening in the spotlight. But what I need to do this. Ken, let's talk about Ken Arker and his hubris and how he thinks he's better than everybody and he's so smart and he knows what he's doing. Here is a good example of someone who thinks they're so smart and knows what they're talking about to where they can lie through something. And they think, this is an example of him throwing in some extra details. See, trying to make things more believable when you should just shut the fuck up when you're telling an elaborate lie, trying to fool the world into thinking that you have a baby now and fake the whole pregnancy. Just shut up. He added details to try to make it look like it's more believable. Like, oh, this little baby we have every day, we're watching her grow and develop. He said in an interview in People magazine right around Father's Day, which means the baby was 6 months old. He says, yeah, she's starting to now open her eyes more and more. Aurora's starting to open her eyes more and more every day. Okay, Aurora, if she really did have a baby, she wouldn't be a baby kitten or a baby bird. Okay, I realize they're born with their eyes sealed and they slowly open over days, but babies do not. I have had 4 daughters and I've got 7 grandchildren. Ne'er one of them were born with their eyes shut like a kitten or a baby bird. And they don't slowly start to open. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The minute all of my children were born and placed on their mother's chest, their eyes were wide open, looking around like, what the fuck is going on? What are these loud noises, this bright light? Who is this bitch with this big nose in my face? That is what the deal is with babies. Human babies are born with their eyes all the way open and functioning. See, what it is Ken thought he hasn't been around babies, is what it is. He hasn't been around newborns, see? And he thought he heard somewhere that, well, yeah, babies at first, no, it's something with at first they don't focus and all of things like that. He got caught up in the, well, kittens and birds and things like that, their eyes aren't open. And he went with that. Okay. There's another incident, and I can't find this interview, but I will. I remember, I think it was TMZ or one of those, right at the beginning when the baby was fairly new. He made the statement. He was up there with GYPSY. Maybe I hope some of you can remember this and point me to where it's at. He said, yep, Aurora's doing great. She's growing fine. We're upping her a bottle a week. Yep, we're upping her 1 bottle a week. That's like you do. Anyone that knows babies, especially newborns, you don't just up them a bottle a week. What the fuck is that? Like you've got them on some schedule where, oh, we up them a bottle a week. You don't do that with babies. They up ounces. Okay. I had 4 girls. They were all different. Some of them were little piggies. You couldn't give them enough. Some of them ate 2 ounces or 2 or 3 ounces and turned their head like, leave me alone. Want to go back to sleep. Okay. They're all different. You don't up them a whole bottle a week. What are you talking about? See what I'm saying? This is what happens when you lie and you think you're so much better and smarter than everybody that you add these little details to try to make it look more believable. Yep, see, we're home with the baby. I'm going to add these details. Oh, her eyes are opening. We're upping her bottle. Like everyone can relate to that. No one can relate to that. Yet more circumstantial evidence, this time on the fake daddy, that GYPSY Rose Blanchard was never pregnant and she never had a baby. Please come to grips with this shit. And I'll see you in the next video.